Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime, and bringing you the review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 124 review. And before I even go into the review itself, I thought I'd start off by once again saying that Dragon Ball Super is going on a long hiatus that is starting in March. And thing is, looking at it objectively, my biggest concern going forward is how this arc is going to be wrapped up, because it feels like there's so many theories and so much guesswork that's going to get shot down. That's related to this arc. Now, having said that, seeing as how Toriyama is one of the writers, I imagine he'll rework everything to take place in later arcs when they return, no matter what formats, and whether new series or continuing from Super. But yeah, like honestly, I guess just taking out all the theories and guesswork people have had about this arc, it does make me interested to see how things are going to be wrapped up here. Because actually honestly, if watching this episode has actually taught me anything, is what are they going to do about all the foreshadowing they've done with Frieza up to this point? That's one of the key things for me. I especially want to know, because there's been a lot of foreshadowing of course there's a lot of foreshadowing right now with Frieza basically wanting to that basically wants to overthrow Zenos, the Zenos. Now having said that, knowing the type of character Frieza is, I guess it would make sense that it wouldn't happen in this arc, because he is a very meticulous person, and he does like to play the waiting game in order to make sure all of his plans go perfectly without flaws. So what I imagine is going to probably end up happening in this arc, if I had to guess, but pretty much the end of this arc is, I want to say that Frieza will probably get resurrected somehow. I don't know if it's going to happen by pretty much way of the Super Dragon Balls, because I think there is still going to be the wish. I don't know if it's going to happen by way of the Super Dragon Balls or whatnot, but but I imagine if he does get resurrected, but by the end of this arc, then we'll probably won't see him for a while. We'll probably see him here and there, probably like in the shadows, and plotting to overthrow them and become the new god or something like that. That's kind of my theory on how they're gonna do the whole, on how they're gonna do it with only a couple episodes left of Super, basically. But anyway, I went on a bit of a discussion kind of thing with the whole ending thing. But now let's get into the episode itself. And I gotta say, from the very start of the episode, just seeing the episode title alone, everyone knew way ahead of time that it was more than likely to happen that Gohan's time to get eliminated was now. Was basically going to happen. And having said that, I think this is to me, I don't want to say it was perfect, but I do want to say it was probably one of the better eliminations from the Universe 17 we've had since maybe Roshi's knockout, because even before it happened, like I'm not sure what to say about all those other fights he's had up to this point, but definitely this fight alone, it had Gohan using everything he had at his disposal to beat Dispo, including using both his brawn and his brain, by starting off by noticing how Dispo moves, and then reacted immediately by having Frieza trapped him in a cage of his death beams to limit Dispo's movements. And as much as I give Chi-Chi shit for her heckling, I do gotta admit, if it wasn't for how smart Gohan had become, I don't think he would have come up with something that clever, and as clever as that. And in the end, when you think about it, the only reason he lost is basically because Frieza's energy got drained from basically trying to keep the cage going. Now, having said that, I do feel that the whole fight of Gohan and Frieza versus Dispo, somehow watching this episode, this episode went by really fast for me, and I feel that that whole fight somehow could have been really longer. Like I feel like they could have, as much as epic as it was to see Goku and Vegeta fight, as epic as it was in order to see Goku and Vegeta fight. In order to see Goku and Vegeta fight Jiren, I think they could have devoted maybe a little less time to that and focused a little more time on the actual fight itself. Like, yeah, it just feels that this. If I like again, this fight was epic. It had Gohan going in at his best. I think it's probably one of the better fights he's had in Dragon Ball Super and the Tournament of Power. But yeah, it just really feels like that the whole fight could have been a lot longer. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like there's something missing from this. It felt like that there was a bit of a missing element, definitely from this fight, that you could have kept it going a little longer. I don't know. I guess just call it my. I guess just call it my love for Gohan kind of resurfacing. Like Gohan finally is finally having his moment, and then it gets cut down. Like I feel like it could have been gone longer or something. And I guess bringing it up I guess that is a bit of a. And I guess going forward, I guess looking at it objectively, that is a bit of a criticism I have, which is how can if Frieza's gained so much control of his energy, then how the hell does he end up? Then how the hell does he end up losing his energy so fast? Like, yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. But yeah, like I said, the entire Gohan going in, biting Dispo, and using Frieza's. And using both his knowledge and his fighting skills, yeah, that was pretty damn epic. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, now the rest of the episode was the rest of the episode was of course straight fire, especially with Goku and Vegeta going toe to toe with Jiren, but. And again, it was straight fire, even though I felt it should have been maybe a little shorter in order to make room for the Gohan fight. But the Goku and Vegeta fight was also straight fire. And I gotta say, Goku, I noticed you're still in Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue form, dude. Goku, unless you're saving Ultra Instinct for the right moment, you're gonna need more than Kaioken Super. You're gonna need more than that form to inflict any real damage on Jiren. Do I need to repeat myself to you, Goku? The man is a fucking tank. He can take anything you can muster. If you want to do any real damage to him, you're gonna have to go into your Super Saiyan Blue form, dude. I'm really I'm really puzzled I'm honestly really puzzled as to why Goku hasn't gone into Ultra Instinct. Is it just that it uses too much energy, or has he not even gained full control of it? Because the last time he used it, it looked like he had finally gained control of that power. So why isn't he using it now? Can he really only go into Ultra Instinct when he's Can you really only go into Ultra Instinct when he's under severe pressure still, or does he now has he now harnessed the power enough to use it? Like I'm trying to figure out the rules here. Like I'm almost just from the fight with Kefla, I do want to assume he has gained control of Ultra Instinct now. So why isn't he using it? It should be at his disposal now. Look, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the draining energy thing. Like I want to assume I want to assume that power is kind of like is like Frieza's golden form in the sense where it will drain his energy fast. So yeah, I guess that's the reason. But if that's the case, then yeah, I suppose if we were to look at it objectively as to what's going on, I imagine what Goku is trying to do is he's trying to weaken Jiren. He's trying to weaken Jiren enough where he can pretty much use Ultra Instinct without having to worry too much. Where you won't have to worry too much about even beating Jiren, I think. or he won't have to worry too much about whether or not his Ultra Instinct is going to be a match for Jiren. At least that's what I want to think he's doing, but yeah, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, Goku, whatever is you're planning, whether you're trying to weaken Jiren or not, just please just go and get to work in getting your, just go and get to work, whatever you got to do, and then go Ultra Instinct on Jiren, because trust me, the man is not going to move unless you're in that form. So yeah, and I thought I don't usually mention the preview, but I thought I'd take special mention of it here, which is that because it looks like in the next episode, Toppo's about to go in, and I fear for Vegeta, because honestly, I still desperately want Vegeta to survive this. That's to the end, and I don't want to see him on that elimination bench with everyone else. Like, it's actually one of those weird things where, funny enough, if you were to get knocked unconscious, I wouldn't be against it, but please don't knock him out of the ring. That's my greatest fear is that next episode we're gonna see Vegeta get knocked out of the ring and on that elimination bench. Like, I don't want that. If he's gonna get eliminated, I want to see him. If he's gonna end up in any situation, I just want to be knocked unconscious on the stadium, not in the elimination bench. So yeah, and I gotta admit, seeing the one funny moment in this episode for me was seeing Frieza bargaining with Bispo, only to see him get completely shot down, which was kind of hilarious because I was legitimately laughing when Bispo refused Frieza's offer. And like I said, from in the beginning with that fight of Frieza and Dispo kicking each other's ass, that even before Gohan, that shit was also straight epic. And yeah, seeing Frieza Golden Mode go against Dispo using his Lightspeed Aura, that shit was all hype. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Enemy, signing off. Later, guys.